seems to have affected her nominations. But what about those two peas in a pod, Logan David and Logan Greg? They nominate together, but each has been affected differently by the Rachel rumblings. Dave, because he fought with her directly and as recently as an hour ago, and Greg, because he's had to confront his relationship with Christy.
You want to shut your mouth. You'd want to shut your mouth. Dead set.
All right.
You can try and tell me that I sat there and said that?
No, you said...
Oh.
Right, well, I heard the immaturity part. And
I think you should clean your ears out, sweetie. I feel very comfortable with you.
It's just messing with my head heaps.
Yeah, well, if you start to feel uncomfortable, then let me know.
But that's the thing, I don't feel uncomfortable. I'm just telling you that.
Yeah, well...
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It was really, really weird. And then after she finished saying, I was like, so what do you mean? Like, you don't need to keep doing what we're doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, does it... And I was thinking in my head, I said, this is Johnnish. I went, oh, I'm not up for this shit. And then we had a few pashes and that was it. I was pissing myself, just like laughing in my head. Yeah. Just going, this is so like pathetic. Yeah, it's like we like broke up in this house. Like...
Logans, who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
2 points this week goes to Geneva. The other day we had to do a brief brainstorming task. Geneva was in charge of putting down ideas. Someone knocked back one of her ideas. I didn't think it was a good idea. She then kind of got the shits and stormed off, went to bed. I thought it was very mature. It's happened on a number of occasions when she isn't always right. When someone stands up and puts her in a place, she goes all sooky and moody.
Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction and why?
1 point, I nominate hot dogs. Attitude to other housemates while participating in games or events. An incident was Friday Night Challenge. His reaction to someone else who competed in the challenge that we should cheer louder against the opposition so they are distracted. This made me feel very frustrated that another housemate would think this way.
Logan, you need to be clearer. Why were you frustrated by his behaviour?
The reason I was frustrated by his behaviour...
Happened to him, he got pissed off.
As he wasn't in the competition, he was barracking for someone else that was competing, and bad sportsmanship was what he wanted to actually do, and that frustrates me to think if it was him doing it, he'd want everyone to be quiet, and it wasn't him doing it, and he wanted everyone to be loud.
How weird is that? It's like having your conscience sitting next to you. All right, so there went that theory. They didn't even nominate Rachel.
No.
But someone
That's
who
surprising.
I think... Well, you know, I think you have been most drastically affected by that fight. Because I remember when we watched the package last night and you said, oh, I look like a real bitch.
I did, didn't I? But I think I did the right thing by sticking up for myself, and that's the way I deal with things. I mean, if I'm really angry, I'll tell someone about it, but I get over it quite quickly. And
Yeah.
I did take her apology, and I...
Yeah, you did. And in your message to the House, I thought you were really kind and generous, congratulating her on being so strong. I really thought that was
she
very
is.
good
I
of
mean,
you.
who would come up against 14 housemates that are bonded? I mean, I couldn't do it. I mean, it's pretty strong of her. So
Couldn't and possibly wouldn't try.
I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
So...
Well, we have got a lot more nominations to go, like another 10 or 11 or something like this. I'm not even sure. We'll be back with Michelle and more noms straight after this.
Someone stole one of my Tim Tams.
How many?
That's exactly what
I had two left and someone stole one. Just quietly, did anyone take one of my Tim Tams? Because I did have two left and someone took it. I reckon it's pretty pathetic whoever did it anyway.
Are you the Tim Tam burglar?
Are you really thinking it was me?
We're on to our third Tim Tam still.
It's open season now. A dog scorned is an angry person.
Yes, in Big Brother House, the little things become very big. I just want a comment from you. That would be annoying, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. I was a bit disappointed in the girls for that one. Because,
did you know they did it?
I knew that Chrissy had taken Rachel's, and I thought even that was bad, but when it was the rest of the house as well, it was something we look forward to, you know. A lot of us haven't had chocolate for a long time, and when you steal someone else's chocolate, it's a big thing.
It's a big thing. It's a big one.
Luckily it wasn't mine.
Well, welcome back. Things are very big here. They're all happening. You're watching the hyper-emotional Big Brother nominations, and now, of course, it's time to see our third housemate nominate. Now, this should be interesting. In the last week, he may have fallen into the arms of Vesna, but he's fallen out of charm with both Geneva and Dean.
You have been a bitch to me all day today, and I don't know what your problem is. Well, let's just sort it out, because I'm happy not to. If that's the way you want to be, I'm happy. Since you've been here, it's been...
I know it's me. I know it is.
You know? And like when she said tonight, she goes, oh, you've been acting different the last couple of days. I knew straight away that's what she's talking about. She's upset because I spend time with you.
You know, I speak real highly of my old man. He had a massive stroke 3 years ago. Being here, not being able to look after him, it's been the hardest thing I've ever had to go through. If anyone wants to watch it again with me, they're more than welcome. And
hi, hot dog. That's my big son, is it?
Have you gotten rid of the idea of paper, rock, scissors and just not nominated the dog, have you? Were you manipulated by Dean, were you?
You've got to do it immediately.
Dean, at the start, pull on the string. You have to see them one job.
Just shut up, hot dogs.
What do I say? Manipulate, manipulate, manipulate. Dino and the puppet. You know how you're being portrayed? As Dino's puppet.
Hot dogs. Who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction, and why?
I nominate Rachel for 2 points because from the first time she's come into this house, she labelled me as a liar because I'm in sales, and she said that she said that I was a liar because I'm in sales. That offended me because I know I'm a genuine person in terms of group dynamics, and she just doesn't fit in. And while I do feel sorry for her that's the way it's panned out, her actions have not done anything to help her out since she's been in the house. This week, for 1 point, I nominate Shearer. Good bloke, open book, but just don't have any conversations with him. Been in here for 5 weeks now, and just find it really, really hard to talk to the guy on or find some common ground. This makes me feel awkward, and in terms of my stay in the house, I'd prefer to be around people that I'm going to be able to have a conversation with on a meaningful level.
Well, a certain someone sitting next to me is quite pleased with those nominations.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's Michelle. 2 points to Rachel and 1 point to the Shearer. We'll have a chat after the next nomination, which is Geneva. Now, Geneva has been described as having mood swings in the house. These, of course, reached Big Dipper extremes after the entrance of the replacement housemates. In the glow of the aftermath, I'm guessing that this week she'll nominate Rachel and someone else who's been the victim of her barking. Hot dogs.
She's like, they're all betraying you. Geneva, even Geneva, she's saying all this shit. Oh,
betraying you? The fact that she mentioned my name and tried to make Christy think that I felt those things about her is disgusting.
I thought we were friends, but if you want to be an idiot, then I'm done.
Well, if I am, why not back off a bit? Dogs.
You have started on me.
You don't know that for sure, Dogs. You cannot guarantee that I started it. Because you've been acting pretty weird lately too yourself, and I'm not the only one that thinks so.
You made out with him.
I don't know what to do. Hot Dogs is very much about, I like you to listen to me.
Everything's getting a little bit clearer now.
I'm not so upset. I don't like Hot Dogs.
Not in that way.